Hey guys, what's up? This is Perfect Welch here,
Killer J and Joel Ranter here.
and today we're going to be reviewing WrestleManias. We're going to start the whole WrestleMania reviews. And we're going to start off with the first three WrestleManias. So, WrestleMania 1. To me, not the best WrestleMania. There's not much memorable here, other than, the Cyndi Lauper botch that was happening with like the girl pulling her hair and her screaming and matched at like the Hogan and Mr. T match. That was pretty
Main
good.
event itself.
The main event, yeah, that was a pretty good main event. You wouldn't see a tag team match in the main event today. Nope.
It's
This was
not.
the only time it happened, and yeah. And for what it is, it's actually a good match. And they fight against Roddy Piper and John McDowell, whatever his name is, I believe it is. But they fight against him, and they win, and pretty good stuff.
Fight against Paul Orndorff.
Yeah, Paul Warndorf, yeah, that's his name. Thanks. Um,
Yeah.
so that's that. There's not much to say. It's not a bad Mania. It's not a good Mania. We'll give it a pass, because if this was any other Mania, it would just be a bad Mania, honestly.
That's the
Doesn't seem
first of its kind, though.
so. Yeah, it's the first of its kind. It's also the first Big Four pay-per-view, because all the Big Four pay-per-views start off with WrestleMania. So, you know, this, at least for what it was a decent start. And then we get to WrestleMania 2. I think they would learn their mistakes from one, try to make more memorable matches, less botches. But,
Yeah.
nah, not really. It's just bad. First of all, they tried to do it in three different places at once. Like, that doesn't seem like a bad idea on paper, but,
Oh, but it's
you
like
know,
the Raw 25th anniversary where they did it in two places and the fucking show sucked.
yeah, like they didn't learn from WrestleMania 2. But yeah, it's like, it doesn't seem like a bad idea on paper, but but really it's just complicated to do. It's a mess, and trust me, it's not worth doing it. The only memorable match I can say of this show was Hulk Hogan versus King Kong Bundy. That was a very good match. The steel cage match they had where Hogan just ripped off his shirt and he just threw Bundy into the cage. That was awesome. You know?
Yeah, he used the Hogan powers to beat him.
But every other match, other than that, that is a very memorable match. And just find a match on YouTube, you'll find it. Because that's the only reason you would want to see the match, is because, that, like, at all.
Much.
Yeah, you just want to see the match, and that's the only reason to see WrestleMania 32. I mean, but it's not worth going through all that just to see the one match. You can find it on YouTube nowadays, so just go on YouTube, find it, and every other match was either horrible or forgettable. Like, I remember there was like George Steel Animal versus Randy Savage. That one was not good.
They had this freaking WWF and NFL battle royal between Andre the Giant eliminating Bret Hart.
Oh yeah, that there was that too. Was that WrestleMania 2?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was bad too. It was just a bad Mania. It's not WrestleMania 9. It's not WrestleMania 11, but it's pretty bad.
Yes.
And that's why we're
Taps
keep. Yeah.
suck,
Mhm.
but it's not bad. Besides the main event is what steals the show.
Yeah, it's probably the first like great match at WrestleMania. But on
Okay.
to WrestleMania 3. Yeah, we're gonna start off with WrestleMania 3. I mean, we're gonna
Only,
finish off this
only
review
the
with WrestleMania 3. We just took a bit of a break, in
commercial
between
break, everybody.
Bandicam recording. So, oh yeah, right, Jordan.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is
Yeah.
where the WrestleManias really start to get good. 2 was bad. 1 was passable for the first one, but if it was any other Mania, it would have been considered awful, or if it came out today. But WrestleMania 3 is where they really start to get good, you know? How about we start off with the tag team match, The
All right.
the Hart Foundation versus the British Bulldogs, and Danny Davis and Tito's. Yeah, well, it was Hart Foundation and Danny Davis versus Tito Santana and the British Bulldogs, but not the main thing, but
Oh yeah.
it was mainly the Hart Foundation versus British Bulldogs. But this was a pretty good tag team match. Pretty fun tag team match. The Hart Foundation, they're a pretty good tag team. Jim and Brett and the
Oh
British
yeah. Very good
Bulldogs
tag team.
were also an amazing tag team. It's just greatness overall.
Great wrestling. Great tag team wrestling between all those teams.
Between two of the greatest teams. So you want a good tag team match? This is one you watch. How about we do the hair versus hair match again with Roddy Piper versus Adrian
Honest, whatever his name
yeah,
is.
Adriana Honest, yeah. You know, it was a pretty fun match. Roddy Piper put on one heck of a show. Like,
That's a guy that should have got more dues in wrestling as him.
yeah, this guy was one of the best guys back in the 80s. Just
Yeah.
really fun and energetic. Very good promos, very good in-ring wrestling. He was just one of the best back then. And
Very
this feud
charismatic.
proves it. And, you know, what else you gotta say about this?
Say it's good to see this WrestleMania with actual names, not just some you know just whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's also Jake the Snake Roberts versus the Honky Tonk Man.
Oh
Honky
yeah,
Tonk. The Honky Tonk Man. Man, I cannot speak today, but the Honky Tonk Man.
man.
And this was also a pretty fun match. You know, they had a very good feud. Very good. They cut very good promos on each other. I think at this time Honky Tonk Man was a face and Jake the Snake Roberts was the heel. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that was the case.
like Jake the Snake Roberts because he used to come out with the friggin' snake there.
Yeah, he had the
Yeah,
snake, and there was the promos with the snakes and Alice Cooper. Alice Cooper being at this
yep,
Mania alone just makes it great because anything Alice Cooper touches becomes great. you know.
yes,
And
sir.
this was when he was becoming a rising star, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah,
Just, I love Alice Cooper. And I love this match too. I mean, it's definitely one of the top 5 matches on the show, and these two had very good chemistry together, at least in this match and in the promos.
but do not forget about the other one there, Ricky Steamboat and Macho Man.
You cannot forget that one. Those are like the 2 last matches we were gonna save. Ricky Steamboat versus, you know, Randy Savage. It was Ricky Steamboat's best match. Macho Man Randy Savage's best match. Just amazing in-ring wrestling, amazing promos they cut on each other, and Ricky Steamboat got over with the Intercontinental Championship,
Oh yeah,
which was pretty good to see. This is one of the best Intercontinental Championship matches of all time.
it wasn't
Period.
relegated to a pre-show either. That's what the good thing about it was because these guys had the time they had. They did good with the time they had in the match.
Uh-huh.
They told a story.
Yep, they told a story and they showed their character, and it reminds you why you like these two.
That reminds you why you're a fan of wrestling to begin with.
And pretty much the best match of the show, other than Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant.
Oh yeah,
And the reason we didn't bring up all the other matches is because they were mostly filler matches. They did this a lot because they needed to fill up lots of people on the job with the cards. get him to do something. So we won't go over every match in these. Sorry about that. We were just having some technical difficulties. Our first WrestleMania review. We'll get better as time goes along. But we were talking about Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant, right?
Yes.
This was the best way to end any streak ever in WrestleMania. Because if you don't remember, Andre the Giant had an undefeatable streak for many years. But eventually that streak came to an end with Hulk Hogan, and Hulk Hogan just stopped him.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
With his Hulk Hogan powers.
yeah. The Hulk, when he body slammed Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3, one of the most iconic moments of all time.
More iconic than Dave Meltzer himself. It was an iconic moment.
Yeah, it was just great overall.
Yes, sir.
And this is one of the best WrestleManias of all time, in my opinion. It's definitely in the top 10, if we can all agree.
Yeah. Actually, the true WrestleMania that stood out amongst the rest there
Yeah,
from
the one that saved the
from the '80s
trilogy.
onward.
The one
Yeah,
that saved the trilogy.
pretty much.
This was the beginning of Hulk Hogan as a big superstar. Yeah, he did stuff before this, like again, slamming King Kong Bundy into the cage was pretty awesome. And
Yeah.
his fight with Iron Sheik was very good, where he
Yeah.
where that was the true beginning of Hulkamania.
When he slammed Andre, that was the biggest moment of the night.
Yeah, that was like the biggest moment of the night, and that was probably one of the biggest moments, if not the biggest, of Hulk Hogan's career.
Right. That's what got Hulk over right there was that.
Yep. If it weren't for Andre, pretty much made Hulk Hogan the superstar he is, and even Hulk Hogan admitted that Andre was his inspiration. So
Yeah.
if there was no Andre the Giant, there'd be no Hulk Hogan.
Thanks, Andre. Giant, rest in peace. You did pretty good in your match with Hulk Hogan.
That was probably Andre's best match.
Oh yeah, but
Mm,
was on as a classic, instant classic.
yeah, instant classic. But you know, uh, anything else we should mention?
Watch this WrestleMania.
Uh huh.
That's what I have to say.
Yeah, I say watch WrestleMania 3. You can skip 1 and 2. Maybe watch like a match from here to there. But, you know, 3 is definitely worth your time.
Oh yeah,
And I'm just the kind of guy who says, hey, if you at least have like 4 or 5 decent WrestleManias, you're worth, or at least 5 decent matches, you're worth it.
yep. Worth watching.
Alright. And,
All
we were
right.
glad to do this review, and we will be signing off. The first WrestleMania review of this 35th anniversary WrestleMania celebration, and see y'all next time.
That's it, folks.